Australian director Leigh Whannell's latest film is an adaptation of H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man, and it's more thriller than horror. We first meet Cecilia Elizabeth Moss in bed at night, carefully removing the arm of the man sleeping next to her in a high-tech, modernistic house on a cliff over the ocean. She's obviously thought out her escape well, avoiding all the security issues. She's picked up by her sister, Harriet Dyer, and taken to a safe house, where she bunks down with Sydney Storm Reid in the home of single father James, Aldous Hodge. She's too frightened to go out of the house until her sister arrives with the news that her ex, Adrian, Oliver Jackson Cohen, the founder of a high-tech company, has committed suicide, leaving her a $5 million trust fund. She begins to sense the presence of someone around her, and it's not too long before she knows it's Adrian, who's figured out how to become the Invisible Man. The control freak that he was is able to manipulate Cecilia's life in often violent ways. Cecilia's not believed by anyone, least of all by James, particularly when he believes she attacked his daughter. But things are going to get a lot worse for Cecilia before the end. At over 2 hours in length, the film is too long for its own good, something Torta would have given us less time to suspend our disbelief. It's handsomely shot with some nice cinematic touches. Whannell's insistence on maintaining a shot of a static scene, hinting at something nasty lurking, is effective. So it was good to catch up with Leigh Whannell to talk about the film.
He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Only thing more brilliant than inventing something that makes you invisible is coming up with the perfect way to torture you, even in death.
On my last film, Upgrade, I had written this expensive sci-fi movie, and Jason Blum, the producer, said, "It's too expensive, we can't shoot it. I can't do it in my current model. But maybe if we went to Australia, we can get more, bang for our buck, as they say." And so we did. We shot it in Melbourne, had a great experience. Jason couldn't believe the production value that Australian crews gave him. He felt it looked like a $30 million film. And so, of course, as soon as I wrote The Invisible Man, the first words out of his mouth were, "Let's go to Australia again." And I don't need any excuse to go to Australia. I'm always happy to shoot here.
I've got to ask about Elizabeth Moss. What is this thing with her and Australia?
I know, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's by design. I think she just keeps landing in these projects that are set here, or she's attracted to a certain type of role. She's not really interested in being on the marquee of the latest blockbuster. She wants to do really, really interesting work that challenges her in some way. She told me that with each role, she wants to have at least one new challenge. Like, I've never done that before. And so with this, she was like, there were so many things in this script that she was like afraid of. She was kind of terrified, and she said, that's when I knew I had to do the film, is when I was like, oh my, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna act with a scene partner who isn't even there? How am I gonna get thrown around a kitchen by an invisible force? And she'd never done stunts this crazy before. So that was all, to her, that's all a reason to do it.
The CGI, was that done here?
Yeah, we had this amazing visual effects company, Cutting Edge, in Sydney, just over there in Chippendale. They do beautiful work. But with the approach to the visual effects in this film was not just a CGI approach. It was everything from that all the way to old school techniques they would have used on the original Invisible Man movie, like a props guy just out of frame with a string pulling a cup off a table. And it was a real mixture, and so when you mix it all together, hopefully it looks seamless, incredible. But there's definitely some old school tricks in there as well. But there's some smoke and mirrors. It's not just mouse clicks and computer screens.
Easy listening. Where are you? Where are you? Show yourself! Come on! Do it! There you are.